Hi, it's Naomi back with another vlog for you. This time I'm going to be talking about Spies in St. Petersburg by Katherine Woodfine. This book is part of a detective series. They're aimed at young people. They sit in the 9 to 12 section of your local Waterstones. I got into them because the first book in the series, The Mystery of the Clockwork Sparrow, was one of our children's book of the months. I read it and I enjoyed it, and I followed the series ever since. They used to be called the Sinclair's Mysteries, and that was because they were named after the department store that they were always set in. But this new book and the one previous have gone under the banner of Taylor and Rose as secret agents, which I think is a really good idea because it's a bit of a new chapter for the main characters. Their detective work has kind of amped up, and they've sort of gone international as well. So the new book's set in Russia and the one previous was set in France. It's also worth noting that Carl James Mountfort is always the illustrator for the series, and I think he does an excellent job. His style really suits the series, and I just think it's gorgeous. His new cover, I think, is the best cover that he has ever done for the series as well. I love the teal, I love the little stylized orange St. Basil's as well. It's absolutely perfect. So the series follows Sophie and Lil, who are young women who meet when they start working at Sinclair's department store in Edwardian London. Sophie, she is orphaned, and she is sort of pursuing this shadowy organisation who she feels might have something to do with her parents' deaths. But she's a really bright, industrious character, and she's quite often the person who ends up putting all the clues together and cracking some of their really tough cases. And then conversely, there's Lil. Lil is an actress and a dancer, and her sort of bravado really lends itself to undercover work, and she manages to get them access to places that Sophie never dreamed she would be able to go to. There's also so many other amazing supporting characters, and they have such diverse sort of backgrounds, and now we have characters from different countries coming in as well. It's a real strength of Katherine Woodfine. She does an amazing job of creating these really, I don't know, interesting and sort of dynamic little characters that pop up for cameos every now and then. So in Spies in St. Petersburg, Sophie is living undercover in St. Petersburg. Meanwhile, Lil is in London. She's sneakily going around collecting these items for the British Secret Service that might be of huge importance to national security. So Sophie falls out of touch with the chief of the British Secret Service, and he becomes a little worried. Lil is very worried. Obviously, as I mentioned before, the strength of their friendship is absolutely it's amazing. So Lil manages to get herself on a mission to Germany, which is completely unrelated, and she sneaks off and smuggles herself on board a circus train headed for St. Petersburg so she can try and find Sophie and figure out if she's okay. Meanwhile, Sophie is working at a fine jeweller's in St. Petersburg and living with the jeweller's family. Katherine Woodfine said that the inspiration for the fine jewellers was Fabergé's workshop, which I could definitely see the link between. So there's some really interesting scenes in the jewellers where they describe the sort of jewellery they're making, and also scenes at home with the jeweller's family. So because of the time period, it's just pre-revolutionary Russia, and there's a lot of political unrest, and around the jeweller's sort of dinner table there's a lot of different viewpoints, and I think the author does a really good job of getting across what a time of turmoil it was in the country. The history is always tied in with these novels so well, so you're learning something even though you might not realise you are at the time. So if it's your first time reading about this particular time period or country, you can always go on and find out more about it. But I think the author does a really good job of explaining sort of the political circumstances of the time. So a lot of the pre-revolutionary political unrest in this novel, as well as Russia's international relationship with the UK, and also Japan as well. I love this series. They're so full of action and adventure and mystery, and they've got such an amazing cast of characters in them as well. I've just recommended these over the years so many times to people in my various shops. And I do hope that anyone who's bought them from me has enjoyed them as much as I have. If you're a young person watching this, or if you know a young person, then I would definitely recommend this series to them. And they can obviously be enjoyed by older people as well, who like a bit of a historical mystery too, like me. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you think. And thank you very much for listening to me today. If you want to hear more from me, more from the other vloggers, more from Waterstones in general, then please do subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.